Okay, it's starting to rain a little bit. This is something that's a little beyond the scope of my inspection, but you do have a community transformer here on, looks like it might be your property, but it's close to your property regardless. And we need those, so you'll see them around, but your yard has one. This yard has one. The ground has shrunken around the curb going into the driveway here. The ground is settled right in here. This might be a trip hazard. See the rain starting to come. And the driveway right here, it's got a nice little crack telegraphing through it. That will, over time, that will become more pronounced. And maybe one day something will be done about it. Today is fine, and again, that's beyond the scope. So, but I thought my client might want to know. This is the water meter, and right here, inside the dial, right in the center, that little silver sprocket thing. Okay, that's a flow indicator. Some people call them cheater wheels or cheater paddles, but that's a flow indicator. It's very sensitive. If that's moving, water's moving. Water's moving into your house. Fresh water's coming into the house if that's moving. Your dishwasher is on, your lawn sprinkler has a leak, your commode has a leaky flapper. If it's not someplace that you can see, then it's someplace you can't see. That's what that's there for. If you have a high water bill, the water company will come out and they'll look at that. I call it the cheater wheel, flow indicator switch, and see if you might have a leak. That might be why your water bill is so high. Coming along, we're coming to the front of the house with the mulch and the bushes. In here, we're on the east side of the front porch. That is your main sewer clean out. I can see two. The one's all you get, one all you need. And then this is the main water shutoff valve, way down there, about arm's length. If you got an emergency, that's where you're expected to turn the water off at. Now that valve is pretty much buried with mud, and that should be excavated so that you can get around the valve and operate it and work on it. So, excavated, lined with gravel, that would be nice. One thing I'm not seeing, I have not seen a check valve for the lawn sprinkler system. I'm just not seeing one. It might be buried in here somewhere. Might be. But I can't see it. I can't find it. This is the garage. Northwest corner. This is the water heater. It's an electric water heater. Let's see if I can do a makeshift bench or something to stand on. Don't do what I do. It looks like it's a recent installation though. So we've got dielectric unions. We've got grounding. The temperature pressure relief valve should be insulated. This is the bonding for your electrical system. And a switch is not required because you're right next to the electric service panel. It's a 50-gallon ream. This is a serial number, and I'm suspecting that it was installed in 2018 or 2019. Since this is such a recent installation, I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking for the care and use manual, but I'm also looking for the, if you will, I'm looking for the green tag, the permit. Did they pull a permit to install this? This is a tank. It's got a moisture sensor in it. That's a nice thing. That's a nice touch. Safety pan. Does say tank. Thermostat's on the water heater. And again, they're advertising 50 gallons. And we'll come up with a date. I'll cross-reference that when I get home. That's the water meter. This is the lawn sprinkler control. And it's the stations for the most part. Sides of house and backyard. This is really not labeled very well. No, not the intent. We don't have operating instructions, do we? Yeah, we do. Operating instructions right there. More labeling. Same as zone, same as zone. I don't get that. I'm going to run it. We'll find out. I'm going to get something. I'm going to get something. And we're doing a lawn sprinkler system. Let's just go ahead and do the garage door and kind of knock this all out. Metal overhead door. It's got some damage on the top of the door right there. See right there? See where it's cracked? We do not have an emergency release pull handle. This manual door lock was not decommissioned. You're going to lock the door. What happened? Somebody locked the door. Somebody pushed the door button. The door would come up, but it couldn't come up because of that. This pulled the door right here, and it caused damage to your door. You should have an emergency release pull handle. This manual door lock should have been decommissioned. You do have a warning notice on this door. You should have a similar warning notice over here on this button. But you don't. But you don't. Or you should. This button right here. Then on each corner, you do have one here. That spring tension notice, it should be on this bottom corner. It shouldn't be on the second panel. It should be on the first panel. And it should be on both sides of the first panel. You should have an identical one over here. Spring tension should be on both corners. It's nice that you have one. Warning sticker can be just about anywhere. And you should have a pull handle. I believe there's one on the outside. And then the optic sensors, they're not supposed to be further from the driveway than 6 inches. This is a 6 Plus. That's an old phone. Okay, but it's 6 inches. That's not why they named it that, I don't think. But to the driveway, no. It's just a little bit shy. Just a little bit shy. Well, we're still talking about the water heater. Coming along here through the undimensional stones. The condensing unit. That's supposed to discharge. These are supposed to discharge. That's your safety pan. That's the temperature pressure relief valve. They're not supposed to discharge farther from the ground than 6 inches. They're just not. They're not supposed to do that. And then this is the closest to the street, the closest to the meter. What we're looking for is between 40 and 80 psi. We got about 75 psi right there. That's good. That's good. It's bleeding a little bit through the valve. A little bit around the vacuum breaker. But that's about it for water lawn sprinkler system, garage door, overhead door. So that's this tour.